Hello, and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. I got a question, and first I'm going to say why I don't think it's a good question, and then I'm going to talk about what the answer is. So, question is what to put on real estate investor business cards. So, first of all, the reason why I think it's a bad question is because your business card is really not that important. And I know people, honestly, and this is going to sound crazy, I know people that have spent months, if not years, worrying about a logo for the business cards or ordering business cards. I don't know how the business card should look. And that is just complete procrastination, right? I can tell you, you can be a real estate investor with no business cards. And I know plenty of real estate investors who have no business cards whatsoever and who are very successful. So I find a lot of things like business cards, getting logos, building a buyer's list, getting my funding in order, all that crap is all things that are just procrastination, right? Those are things that are not, that are designed to waste time so that you don't have to actually do the hard part of this business, which is talking to sellers, getting rejected, making offers, coming up with offers, making offers, having people yell at you. That's the hard part of the business. And that's really the main part of the business. If you can do that part of the business well, you will be very, very successful, and even with no business card. So I will tell you that marketing, learning how the basics work, and marketing are the only things that new people should be doing in this business, not worrying about business cards. But I'm going to answer the question because I got asked. So, and I don't know how I'm going to talk about this for a long time. So I've seen a lot of business cards where they'll say, they'll start listing all of the possibilities that they can help you with. You know, a business card will say, oh, we deal with divorces and foreclosures and probates and close quickly and all. I gotta tell you, I think it's stupid, right? The idea, so that here's the reason for that, and you'll see it on trucks and things. And the idea is, well, if I talk about some pain point and that speaks directly to that person who has that pain point, then they're going to be attracted to me. But you've got to ask yourself, no one's finding your business card on the street. Sorry, I really could use water. But you're giving out. I give out a business card every time I go do an appointment. And the point of that is just so they can call me back, right? If they they want to have a question. The idea that I'm going to figure out that pain point from a business card is foolish. Now, you might want to put that on a postcard that you're sending out to people because maybe that will talk to them. That may make sense. But try and imagine a successful business, the most successful businesses you know. Like, can you imagine Steve Jobs' business card said, "Oh, I make phones, computers." Like, if you've established yourself as a real business, you don't have to really explain a lot about what you do. The point of a business card is so that somebody can call you back if they need your services or if they have a question about something that you already pitched them. That's the point. So I don't believe in that. So my business cards are very simple. It just says, name, number, address, phone numbers. Really, it's there for phone numbers more than anything. I don't put on the back, we will close in 24 hours, all that stupidity. The business card isn't there to sell your business, right? There are other marketing tools that are there to sell your business, and you may or may not want to put specifics on there. Most people who put specifics on there are insecure, right? I'll go buy a bodega in the city and it'll have 100 things there. It'll list taquitos and burritos and cold beer and all stuff. And I'm like, is there anybody walking around who will see something and be attracted to that and go, oh, a burrito, I gotta go get one. Like, everybody knows what's in a bodega. And obviously some bodegas are different. So to me, it's almost, I'm a big believer in less is more. Less is more on your business card, less is more on your signage. If you're a plumber, I don't need to write down that I do sewer backups and all this stuff and late night calls. Like, there's a phone number on there. If I need a plumber, I'll call a plumber, right? So I understand that there is some thought process that if I put the pain point on, there's exactly what somebody wants, they're going to be attracted to it, and it may or may not work. I just feel like many times it seems almost unprofessional. And I feel like less is usually more. So I don't put any of those pain points on my business cards. My business cards are not there as a means to sell my business. My business cards are there to give to somebody who hopefully I've spoken to and wants to call me back and just needs my number. That's what that's there for. But I cannot stress enough how unimportant business cards are. So what else are we going to talk about now for another 5 minutes? Let's talk more about this mental masturbation that goes on with people where they build buyers lists, right? So there are people out there in certain parts of the country, and maybe this works, where they will tell you want to do reverse wholesaling. What that means is that you go find the buyers and then you go find the property for them. And when I heard that, I thought it sounded brilliant, right? I thought this is the greatest thing ever. And when I tried it, it was a disaster. Now, maybe it's just in New York, but what I found is even for the buyers I know who are real, guys who have bought 10, 15, 20 properties from me over the years, if I called them or anybody called them and said, hey, what are you looking for? And the truth is, if somebody called me, I'd probably say the same thing. I'm going to give a very, very general answer. I'm looking for anything. If you ask me what I'm looking for, I'm going to say I'm looking for anything in Nassau or Western Suffolk that I can buy at a discount. That's it. That's not a specific. Now, the people doing this are in areas where it's very homogenous property type. So I'm talking about Dallas, Phoenix, Vegas. Everything there is built like after 1980, and Florida. I need CBS concrete block structure. I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom minimum CBS. That kind of thing. Not in a flood zone. You'll get that in certain areas, but it's harder in our area to get leads. And we have a very, very diverse inventory, right? We have properties. I saw a house built in the 1700s a couple weeks ago, and I bought a house built in the 1800s and I fixed it up and sold it. So we have a much more diverse inventory, and the truth is, I can't give anything specific, right? When I first started, I wouldn't buy anything less than 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I was a moron, right? I made plenty of money on 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses since I finally figured out that I was being stupid, right? Another lesson. I'll throw another lesson in here. Don't buy properties because you may or may not live there. Buy any property that you can comp out and get a decent price on, right? Somebody came to me yesterday with deals at 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom in Floral Park. Very hard to comp out. I couldn't find one other 2-bedroom property there. So that maybe you want to be concerned. You're going to have to give maybe a bigger discount than it really should apply. But I bought them in Huntington Station, other areas where there were comps, right? If there are comps and I know what a 2-bedroom, 1-bath is going for, there's no reason for me not to buy it at enough of a discount where I can make money on it. And either wholesale it or wholesale it or actually renovate and flip it. So this idea of reverse wholesaling sounds great, right? Where I'm going to find the buyers and I'm going to go and get them. I just don't think it works in New York. And what the problem is that you're going to spend a lot of time talking to people and basically asking them, hey, if I can make you money, should I call you back? And they're all going to say yes, right? Everyone's going to say yes, right? If you called a guy who works as a janitor now, doesn't never bought real estate in his life, and said, hey, if I have deals that can make you money, should I call you? He's going to say yes. And you feel great, right? That's why I don't know who coined the term. Greg Hellick told me about it. Mental masturbation. You feel great, right? It makes you feel great, but it's not really what you're looking for, because getting people to agree that you can send them deals doesn't get you anywhere, right? The real way to build a buyer's list is to actually get deals. Once you get deals, it's never a problem to find a buyer, right? People spend an inordinate amount of time before they start marketing on A, building a buyer's list, and B, getting funding. And I can tell you it's a waste of time, because when you get a good deal, money and buyers will always flow to it. Always. So people tell me stories. They go, oh, I had a deal. It was a great deal, but I couldn't get funding for it. I don't believe them. I had a great deal, couldn't find a buyer for it. Very hard to believe. Maybe you didn't know how to, but very unlikely, right? If you show me any good deal, I will tell you there's never be a problem getting money for it, and there'll never be a problem getting a buyer for it. Never. Never. Now, what people think in their heads is, well, maybe my property was in really bad shape, or maybe my property was in really bad condition. No one cares, right? There is a price. Now, it may not have been a good deal, right? Your property, you may have gotten it at $300,000, and because it was a real terrible condition and needed more repairs, or because it was a terrible condition, you should have got it at $250,000. So that's not a good deal, right? You got a deal for too much. That happens a lot. And one of the things nobody tells you about, really, especially in New York, is that you're not going to know what a good deal is. It's not so simple. One of the reasons why you might want to work with somebody like me, I partner up with people all the time for good deals. Or I tell them what a good deal is, or I tell them, listen, at this dollar amount, it's a good deal. More than that, it's not such a good deal. It's too tight. So I hope I was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you are interested in finding out more about a course I have that teaches how to do what I do, go to howtoflipnewyorkcourse.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching I offer, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. What else? Are you watching on YouTube? Please subscribe. If you're watching on any channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help. And I post 5 times a week. I don't always know what to say, so please keep the comments coming. I try to answer comments within a day or two. If the question does not have to be about the video you're watching. If it's something simple, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something that I've covered before, I'll send you links to videos. And if it's something new, I will do a new video on it. So I really, really appreciate the comments. We've been getting a lot of comments. I've been answering them as fast as I can. And I really appreciate everyone watching. We got a lot more hours watched, and I think pretty much everything's out there, but I'm going to continue posting 5 times a week. So thank you very, very much.